Oh, what is up, flock? Feenix over here, and welcome back to another Farming Simulator 25 Feenix Moment. This is where we talk about everything that happened last week, everything that happened this week, and so on. Before we get into last week, you guys know we have to start by thanking some very, very awesome people. These very awesome people help support the channel every single month by being a channel member, and one of the perks of being a channel member is you can name shout out at the beginning of every Feenix Moment. So without further ado, let's run down this list of absolutely awesome people. At our ultimate flock tier, we have Jackson Modding, Redneck Gaming 98, and joining the ultimate flock tier, we have Mr. JT Bethards Gaming. Thank you guys. At our elite flock, we have Firefighter Omni, Battalion Chief Matt Carter, AJ Fisher, Tech Guy 191, Cast Pajamas, and Dylan Marks. And then our basic flock tier, we have our reigning champion, the longest continuous member, Mr. Zenith Harris. Then we have Adam Streets, and Matt Householder, and Tyler Mitchell. For I think our longest, like the person who has the most months as a member, I think it's Cast Pajamas. But our longest continuous is Mr. Zenith Harris. So thank you guys so very much for your continued support. It does mean a lot to me, and as always, I love your faces. We do have a couple extra names to shout out at the beginning of this video. We have to thank Mr. Cody Lewis, Mr. Redneck Gaming 98, and Mr. JT Bethards Gaming for their super chats. Their super chats for their super chats on Friday night. Thank you guys so very, very much for helping support the channel as well. Even though two of you are already in members, but you can get a shout out anyway. And then our top three chatters for Friday night was JT Bethards Gaming, Redneck Gaming 98, and Tony Warner, I believe, were our top three chatters, or top chats, chatters, top fans. I still haven't figured out how that works, but we'll shout them out too. Now let's move on to our comment of the week, and this one is very, very actually informative. The person, we'll just read it. This one comes from RFTS fan 1479. He says, "What is a wet kit? I know that has to be a dumb question, but I honestly don't know." And let me start off by saying, it's not a dumb question because I had no clue myself, to be 100% honest with you. I didn't know. But Will Brown 4600 commented and says, like a hydraulic tank for a semi equipped to run hydraulics on a trailer and whatnot. So, cool, I guess. I don't know if that's correct. I hope it's correct because that's what I'm going to refer to it as now. And if I look like a fool, Will, coming at you, bro. Coming at you. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for your comments. If you guys want to comment read out here, just comment on any videos throughout the week. And make it informative, make it interesting, make it funny. And it has a chance to be in next week's Feenix Moment. So, this is something new. This is probably the first video that's going to go live to everyone. There is, I think there's already a couple that by the time this goes live, for the channel members that are using the new video editing program. I got to a point last week where I just couldn't render anything. Every time I would render, my computer would crash, and I fully suspect that it's probably my rendering software. I've been using the same video editing and render software since I got into uploading YouTube videos. I've been using this exact same one. I've been using Sony Vegas 14, and they're on like Sony Vegas 22 now, I believe. So I don't know if it's just so outdated that it's causing issues with my system or what. I don't know what's going on, but I just know every time I use it to render, my computer would crash out. So I spent the last 2 or 3 days learning a new software, and so far I'm liking it. It's a little bit more intense, and of course it's a learning curve. You have to like it. When I learned Sony Vegas, I had the only other video editing program I'd ever used was Windows Movie Maker, I think it's called. That was the only video editing program I had ever used. So I learned and picked up a lot through Vegas over the years. So to move to a completely different program has had its challenges, but so far I'm liking it. It renders a whole lot faster. I rendered a 28-minute video in like 3 minutes compared to on Vegas 14 it had been like 20 minutes. So yeah, but then again, I'm still getting used to how it functions and everything, so there's going to be issues and everything. I can't do the credits. Like, I can do credits, but I can't do them like I like them, like I did in Sony Vegas. So I've switched back to using a graphic at the end of those videos, and you guys will see it here. So I would love to get your guys' feedback if you watch this, if you notice any quality difference or anything. I don't see any quality difference between the two. So I'd love to know if you guys see any quality differences in the videos. Feel free to let me know, and I will find. I really don't want to pay for Sony Vegas 22 because anyway, let me know what if you guys notice any difference or not. But bear with me as it's a learning curve. So I'm learning. I've slowly been posting stuff up to the channel for the channel members. That was my main issue, why like that content like came to a screeching halt, because after a Windows update, Sony Vegas was crashing out every single time I tried to record or render. Like, it started off, I couldn't click my mouse, because if I clicked my mouse it would crash out, but if I just hadn't had my Windows, it was running just fine. And then it, like, the slightest thing, like if I had a pop-up, like, because I have my phone connected to my computer through Bluetooth, so my notifications pop up on the screen. If that popped up, like if I got a text message while I was rendering, it would crash out. Now it's just, I turn everything off and just run it, and it still crashes out. So yeah, unfortunately, I had to relearn a new program, but so far it's working. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Last week was crazy. I do have to. I want to begin with that, but I do want to address we lost an icon, and that is Ozzy Osbourne, and we lost someone else in Hulk Hogan, and I just want to take a moment. And we even lost I can't remember his name. He played Dr. A.J. Alston. He was on the Cosby Show. I really liked him in The Resident as A.J. Alston. He was one of my favorite characters in that show. We lost him first, and then we lost Ozzy Osbourne, and I saw it coming. Ozzy was not doing too well, and the fact that like the whole family had gathered and they were taking like family pictures and stuff. I mean, the writings was on the wall. He will be missed. I listened to a lot of Ozzy in my high school years. I wasn't a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan, don't get me wrong. I wasn't like, yeah, but I did enjoy his music. Especially my favorite was the first time I heard it was Flying High Again. That's my favorite Ozzy Osbourne song. So I just I don't know. I was never like a huge fan, but I did enjoy his music. I did enjoy like the clips from his podcast and stuff. I always thought he was funny. He was hilarious. So he will be missed. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a douchebag with a capital D, and like, there's no denying that Hulk Hogan was a wrestling icon. He was like the most notable, and he still is very much to this day like the most notable wrestler in history. But a lot of people don't understand that backstage he was actively sabotaging other people. So it's not hard to be the greatest of all time when you're, doing everything you can to prevent the next greatest of all time from coming. You know what I'm saying? He claims, like, everybody is like, oh, he turned his life to Christ towards the end of his life and everything. But if you look at the way he treated his daughter, especially when she like almost died during childbirth, and how cold and uncaring he was, and the fact that he refused to like have anything to do with grandkids, it's just, he was a disgusting human being. And I personally won't miss him. So I feel like anyone who overlooks everything he did personally, like even inside the ring. I mean, all you gotta do is look at like him and Shawn Michaels. That match that tells you everything you need to know. Like, he refused to lose to Shawn Michaels. That's why Shawn Michaels acted like a hole in that match. But he actively did everything he could to prevent people from getting over, and he was really just a capital D douchebag. And I don't miss him. Especially after what he did to Randy Savage. He claims that him and Randy Savage made up before Randy Savage passed away, but there's other people saying that never happened. And you can't believe anything Hulk Hogan says because he lies so damn much, or he lied so damn much, I should say. So, yeah, I'm not torn up about it. I'm a huge wrestling fan, don't get me wrong. I did like Hulk Hogan back in the day when I was a kid, and he was shoved in all of our faces, and then when he was shoved in our faces when we didn't want him shoved in our faces, like, I never cared for Hollywood Hogan. I love the NWO, but it was always Hall and Nash for me. I've said this plenty of times. So anyway, I guess we could move on from that topic, because not only was that was crazy last week. We were super busy last week. I didn't stream last Saturday, and I touched on it that I think Saturday streams are going to come to an end, unless the guys are all around and want to play something. Then maybe if I'm not busy on Saturday night, then we'll do a live stream. But I didn't stream last Saturday because with that in mind, but we were going to the fair, and so we watched the radar all day, and the radar and like the weather apps were saying, hey, there's going to be no rain until like 10, and there's going to be some thunderstorms. We get out there at 5:30, and as soon as we get on the trolley to go up to the gate, and it was cloudy. It was been cloudy all day, but there was no rain. And then we get on the trolley to go up to the gate, and as soon as we sat down, it just poured. I mean, poured. We were so soaked that it took my clothes 2 days to dry. Like, I hung my clothes up when we got home. It took it 2 days to dry. My shoes, it took like 5 days to dry out. It just downpoured, and then like it would let up, and then it would just start downpouring again. So I told my wife, we spent $30 to get in the gate, and I was just like, I'm miserable. I'm ready to go home. So we turned around, went home, and ended up going to Dover for dinner. Instead, took our kid out and shopping and did that instead of spending money at the fair. And then Sunday night we went to Paranormal. Is it Cirque or Cirque? I don't know how it's pronounced, but I highly. It's a traveling show, and there's like 4 different groups under the same name that tour across the U.S. and up in Canada. I highly recommend if they come to your town and you like circus type acts, but more geared towards adults. I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun. It was like I was laughing so hard at one point. My eyes were just like, I had tears streaming down my face because I was laughing so hard at points. And like the devil with the flaming whips and stuff, dude, that was so cool. That was probably my favorite part, but I won't spoil it for anyone else. I highly recommend, if you guys see those coming to town. I mean, like, we paid like $65 for front row tickets, but even like the last row, it's like only like $20 a ticket, and you still get a pretty good view. So like, I highly recommend if they come to your town, check it out, because it was fun, and it is for adults. So if I think it's 13 or under, you're not allowed, and 13 to 18 has to be accompanied by an adult. There's definitely a lot of adult content. There's no nudity, but there's definitely a lot of adult content throughout the show. So if you're looking for a fun date night with your significant other, I highly recommend it. It is definitely a fun 2 hours. But anyway, so that was Sunday, and then Monday we ended up going back out to the fair anyway. So We went out and the racing corgis were really cool. We enjoyed the racing corgis. That's probably my favorite part of the fair, other than the food. Well, the sandwich I got sucked. When you go to I don't know if it's a traveling food truck called Hot Chicks. When you go to a food truck that says Hot Chicks that sells chicken, you think it's going to be hot. Am I wrong? Right? Like, I see Hot Chicks, and like the name of the sandwich was the original Southern style Hot Chicks sandwich. I was like, okay, that's like a spicy chicken sandwich. Sign me up. I'm good. I'll get that. I paid $14 for a bun with 2 chicken tenders on it that had no spice whatsoever. No spice whatsoever. I had bread that was spicier in my life. It was so bland. I would much rather, if you ever go to the Delaware State Fair, do yourself a favor. Don't spend $14 on a whack chicken sandwich. Go pay an extra $1 and go to Big Al's Roast Beef. Get you an amazing roast beef sandwich. The best thing to eat out. Big Al's Roast Beef Sandwich or Kirby and Holloway Italian sausage with peppers and onions. All day, every day. Best food. To me, in my opinion. 100%. Anyway. Now I'm hungry. So that was Monday. And then the rest of the week I spent focusing on trying to learn this new program. So yeah, that and trying to have someone come fix the non-existent Wi-Fi router in our ceiling that's supposed to be there. They were supposed to come test it. Oh, and then they installed fire stoppers, which now looks like 2 antennas that stick out from underneath my microwave, and I hate it. So it's been a busy, crazy week, but that's last week. So let's move on to this week and what to expect. So first off, Feenix moment, you're watching it now. If not, you're missing out. Like I said, this is going to be the first video for everybody that has done from the new software. So please let me know how it looks. If it looks any better, if it looks worse. I much appreciate your feedback. Monday will be probably a map mod spotlight, and I'll upload the FS901 for a exclusive video for a week for the members, so they get it a week before everybody else. So that's been done. I think I have to re-render it because I think I deleted it. Actually, I might have to re-record it because I think I deleted it. Yeah, I think I deleted it. Unfortunately for me. So yeah, I gotta re-record that video for the 4th time now. That's if it hasn't gone up. Let me double check, make sure it hasn't gone live yet, because I'm pretty sure I uploaded it. Okay, so the YouTube's just not gonna work now. Is that how we're gonna? My videos just aren't showing up. All right. Anyway, so if I haven't done one already for the members, then I will do it for members only, and then we'll do a map mod spotlight for everyone else. As far as Tuesday goes, Tuesday is more there we go. It has not gone live yet. No, the last FS91 I did was the 4th of July. So we do have to do a update video. Or re-record the update video. But Tuesday will be, we have 2 more Sunset Motels. I recorded a finale for that. So we have 2 more of those to go live. And then Wednesday will be a mod spotlight. Everything we didn't do in last week's mod spotlight will be covered in Wednesday's mod spotlight. Thursday will be more storage dealer simulator. I do have 3 of those currently up this week's, plus 2 more up for the members only. And by the time this goes live, I should have at least 6. The 6th episode up. So the Sunset Motel and the Sunset Motel finale and the episode 6 of Storage Dealer Simulator will be the first videos with the new rendering program or editing program that goes up to the members, and this one will be the first one for everyone. So fingers crossed it goes well, but hopefully I have more up. So Saturday, tomorrow, as I'm recording this, my wife works closing, so I'll probably spend the day working on rendering out as many videos as possible. Since it only takes like 2 minutes, I can get a lot done in a day and record some others. But yeah, so that'll be Thursday, and then Friday, I believe, is Feenix plays. I've been getting a lot of games to check out. So we had Animal Shelter 2 last week. I still have Cinemaster Cinema Simulator. That's a mouthful. Hardware Store Simulator. Mall Manager Simulator. Medieval Frontiers. Miami Hotel Simulator. Prison Escape. I think we're going to do Prison Escape Simulator this week, because it kind of reminds me of The Escapist, and I really like that game. So we'll do that on Friday. And then Friday night, we'll be here for some Farming Friday. Sometime throughout the week, I'll probably finish my ATS runs. I don't know when. I know we can't do it Monday. Tuesday or Wednesday probably works. Or even Thursday, like sometime during the afternoon. Probably kick up a live stream and do some ATS runs, and that's probably what I'm going to do. Instead of doing Saturday night live streams, we'll probably do a weekday live stream at some point during the afternoon, like when my wife's at work and I have nothing to do. So leave Saturday night up for date nights, because I definitely want to spend more time with my wife, and it seems like Friday and Saturday nights with me constantly streaming, that was like I miss spending as much time with my wife as I had with her working. So when she has time off, then I definitely want to spend it with her. So anyway, that'll do it for me, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, do me a huge favor, leave a like down below. It does help me out so very much, and I do appreciate it so very much. If you guys do want to see future Farming Simulator 25 Feenix moments, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want to be notified whenever T will live upload a video, click that notification bell. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.